Hey guys, today I will be talking about a topic that is very sensitive and near and dear to my heart because I know someone that has been personally affected by this and it is not good. And I'm going to be talking about the eating disorders within the female collegiate athlete. And I'm getting all my information from www.nationaleatingdisorders.org. Eating disorder is a terrible thing. It is awful to go through, and it's awful to even know that someone that you know has been going through this and they have not told you because they are so ashamed. Especially with female athletes, we are raised to a higher standard. We are always have been told to be pushed above and beyond our limit. So when it comes to our body, we are going to push ourselves above and beyond, even if it means hurting us, even if it means bringing on life-threatening conditions. And an eating disorder is a terrible thing. Many coaches describe the women whenever they play, they're like, okay, I need a thin athlete, no fat, muscular legs, thin, okay? What that does in our minds, it tells us that almost that we're not good enough. And in order for us to get thin, we think, oh, quick and easy, I'm going to stop eating, or I'm going to eat less. And when you reduce your calorie intake, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your performance. And even if you're not eating less and you're eating right, but then you go and throw up, which is called bulimia, and you go and do that, you're still going to hurt your body. And it has been proven that life-threatening conditions can happen from not eating and then going to work out, or not eating in general, obviously. So what it does to our bodies, women in particular, it's going to make our menstrual cycles not regular, which in fact disrupts our hormone imbalance. When our hormones are disrupted, it affects our bone density and it causes injuries and bone loss, and it's terrible. And I think we go through these things all because of society. And maybe you've had that one person that told you, you're just not good enough. You're just not pretty enough. Why don't you look like her? Why aren't you like this? And maybe it was a coach, maybe it was a boyfriend, maybe it was a parent. I don't know. But that is not the case. I'm telling you right now, that's not the case. You are good enough, you're pretty enough, you look perfect the way you are. And with society nowadays telling us that we need to go look like the Victoria's Secret models and we need to have little skinny arms and little skinny legs to fit in, to be wanted by another human being, is false. And I think that is a terrible thing to say. Even with the Nike magazines advertising sports athletes the way that they're supposed to look like, we're supposed to look like that. No, that is false. I've seen countless of athletes, many shapes, different sizes, and they are all perfect in their own way. And they're freaking good. They're pretty good. That's what I'm saying. Like, it does not matter. You do not have to be 100 pounds to play volleyball. No, that does not have to happen. And yes, this is also seen in men. In men that have to have a certain weight, like wrestling. You need to keep that certain weight. So they are going to do certain things, whatever it takes to get that weight, which is not good and it needs to stop. We need to find a healthier way to do this. And especially with female athletes, us girls, we're sensitive, right? So one thing you say, we're going to turn it into a whole nother thing, and we're going to try and do whatever it takes to be good enough, to be what society wants us to be like, because we just want to be perfect. We want the perfect body. And I'm telling you right now, that does not exist. I don't care who tells you that. The perfect body does not exist because we are all perfect in our own way. Some things to look for if you're a coach or a parent or a friend. Look for the athlete that is almost to the point where she is obsessed with her body image. She's always talking about it. She's never good enough. It's always, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Never any positive talk. And after you have figured out that someone has been through this, you need to be there for them. And then educate your other students. Educate your kids. We need to educate the young people of this generation so that whenever they get to our age, they don't have this problem. We don't have to see tweets or Facebook posts about how ugly they think they are or people dying from this disease. We do not want to see this anymore. So let's educate our children and the young people of today's world, and let's stop eating disorders all the way around.